What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld. Today we're going to be talking about the new content that is coming very, very soon and what you need to do right now. So ideally, what I want to talk to you guys about is I've been giving you guys several videos about how to get your training up, completing certain sets, which sets to do, sell back, get the training from the Nats and all that things. The last video that we did where we went over some of that stuff, I believe that I did the Patrick Willis set. All right, so what happened was my wife did a pack opening. She pulled one of the cards out of this set, and then I just went ahead and bought the other ones and then just finished it off. You know what I'm saying? I think, no, did she pull somebody from here? No, she didn't. What did she pull? She pulled a card that I sold that was a ghost, and then I put some coins into it. I think I bought Marvin Harrison or something like that, and then we did a Patrick Willis set and then resold him and then got some coins from it and then resold all the other Nats that we got, and then we were able to pretty much, you know, get the sale of what Patrick Willis was going for, and then from there sell everything else off, and we got like 37,000 training or something like that. I think that it amounted to like 37,000 and change. So pretty much what's happening right now is I'm going to tell you guys what you should be doing right now. For those of you guys that are still trying to complete that set and you don't have any cards that go into it, it's going to cost you a lot because I believe Patrick Willis' price has gone down. Now, that doesn't mean that he's not still the best middle linebacker in the game. It just means that people are not spending as much because they're finding other ways to get his card, which is a lot of the things that I've been showing you guys with the exchange sets. People are picking up on different ways to use the current cards that they have in their binder and make stuff, which is what I try to urge you guys to do. Don't just be outright trying to spend your cash, bro. EA is going to take it. Like, bro, just let me tell you this right now. Nobody's going to tell you no when you're trying to give them money. Just understand that. In life, everybody going to take your cash. So you got to find ways to not spend as much. So look, Patrick Willis, his lowest card is at 649. When I got rid of him, he was like 680 or something like that. Would he be worth it, right? But just hear me out. Would he be worth it if you were able to complete a set again, if you can snipe the other three of the cards that go into a set? It would be a possibility, right? To be able to utilize that training, because the future is like what they're going to be doing right now with the flashbacks. I meant to say, not the future. The flashback cards that they're going to be bringing back. You got Football Outsiders. You got a lot of that stuff that EA announced, right? So how are you going to be able to get those things? You're going to be able to get it through training. So this is probably the most ideal time to accumulate training because they're bringing this stuff back. So I don't know I highly doubt that EA is going to leave it at 38.45 because the flashback players are going to have a higher overall. So they're probably going to raise this price and maybe do what they did before, like give us a you know, like a new minimum to the overall and all that stuff. You know what I'm talking about? Like maybe make the minimum flashback you'll pull like a 91 or 92 and increase the training amount. Because I don't know. You see like how they did it like 88 plus? They probably will go up to like a 91 plus. Ideally, if you're not giving us cards that have decent overalls at this point, why are you even putting the set out? It doesn't even make any sense. Even if you have a lower overall team and you're just trying to accumulate stuff, it's too late in the year. And a lot of the other cards are so cheap. So it doesn't make any sense to have a minimum of less than a 90, maybe 91 plus, 90 plus. They're going to have to increase that that minimum. So what I'm saying about that is, with the training that I just explained to you guys about like doing these master sets and then quick selling the Nats and selling back the card and getting a decent amount of training for it, that can actually help you a lot right now. Okay, so what you should be doing right now is evaluating what's in your binder. What do I mean about what's in your binder? Well, we've gone down from 1,250 items in my binder to, what is that? 990. How did I do that? I've showed you throughout several videos. I made gingerbread men with the exchange sets. I'll go ahead and show you guys really quickly. Most of my veterans already know. I've done that over and over again. I created Ted Hendricks, okay? Because with the way that they have it set up, you know, I was using all my, 80 to 82s, making gingerbread men. I made a few Ted Hendricks. I got 95 overalls in the Ghost of Madden set over here. I went into here, put the 3, got the random 95 overall ghost, used that ghost in another set to create other stuff, completed those sets, got the Nats back, and continued to make more and more training. So, ideally, what should you be doing right now? I'm going to tell you this again, guys. For those of you guys that want to complete the Michael Vick set, you can see clearly that I have a Bo Jackson. Realistically speaking, Michael Strahan is trash can status, right? So what is he, like 200 and change right now? Oh, he's back up to 315. That dude's garbage. All right, so he's 315. Mel Butler was like 287 we just last saw. Okay, so it'll be like 287 in that. Put it like this, right? The 287, let's just say you spend 600 right here on this one, right? Because we already have a Bo Jackson. Okay, say you spend 600, you get back 4. You're gonna be spending 200K to make 37,000 training. Now, for us right now, it'll put us over 100K in training, but it'll cost us about 200K. Is that worth it for you? And notice that the way that I'm doing it is I'm altering it based on the cards that I've actually pulled. Okay, for instance, if I pulled a card that went into any of these other sets, I would be doing the same thing and getting the getting the NAT players back and quick selling them. If I were to pull one of them, because I pulled that Bo Jackson, I now have to do something with him. I can make 300K and just have 300K. But think about it. If we do the set, even though Michael Vick is dirt cheap, whatever, he's like 400 and change, we would still get back that 37,000 training. So with over 100,000 training, you will be able to do whatever you want with whatever they put out when they release the flashbacks. Now, this is the real bad thing that I want to just make sure I disclose to you guys. If the flashback cards are straight trash, we all lose. All right? It doesn't really matter, and let me explain that again. If they don't give us a flashback that's glitchy in some way or another, whether it's like a card that has 99 speed, whatever, like it has to be something decent. If they don't give us something like that, it's a complete L. All right, there's a lot of flashback players we could think about that we would want. Darrell Revis, Cromartie, like whatever. I'm just thinking about corners right now. But there are a lot of players that we could think about that would make our team better. All right, I don't know based on the overalls that they've been talking about if this is going to be worth it. Because if they keep the overall, which probably is going to be less than 95 because we have the playoff promo, it still looks like it's going to be an L regardless, but I don't want to look at it like that because I have a feeling that maybe they'll give us like a really, really high overall one. Maybe one of them will be 94, 95, and we could utilize it. Because remember, even if the overall is not as high, but the player has glitchy numbers, we're going to implement them into the team. For me, it would be great if it was a 49er because I have a 49er theme team, but it doesn't really matter. If the player is like, super fast or whatever, glitchy, maybe a crazy lineman, whatever it is, we can still implement it. The issue is, I want to be very, very clear. These promos are usually for people that are trying to currently build their team. Not like most of you guys that are watching the video that already have established teams. So although we get, really, really angry and we rage, I don't think it's primarily for us that they do it. It's just for people to get, certain parts of their team built up, and they're grinding, especially for the no money spent players. Using training and stuff like that is a little bit more efficient into making it. So because all of this stuff is starting to come back, it's going to be very, very interesting with what they do and the players that they choose. Because remember, when they did that Andrew Luck flashback, that was pretty hot for a hot second. Then, everything changed. And now, based on what we've been seeing right now, that is a very, very huge factor. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we can't go backwards and just, oh, yo, Gmia, what about this 93? No, we're 95 and above now. So this may end up being an L in certain cases, but if they were able to make the overalls higher, you could definitely still get a W. Now, the reason, like I said, that I'm holding on to that Bo Jackson right now, and I'm not in a rush to really do it, is because a lot of things can change with the market. All right, so even though right now Michael Vick is like what, 400K, and I could like spend 200 and get the 37K by selling the Nats back with the training, what is the training going to do for me right now? You see what I'm saying? Like, what is it ideal for me to go ahead and spend the coins, or are they going to release a card that I just want to buy outright and then I want the coins? That's where it comes down to. Like, you got to be very, very careful with the way that you maneuver around the situation, because it can start to cost a lot of coins. So for those of you guys who are like, yeah, bro, it's a no-brainer, go ahead and do it, you're going to get a lot of training, we have to analyze this stuff. You got to be able to make sure that it makes sense, because he was down to 414 yesterday. So his price has gone up a little bit. And like I said, the reasoning behind his price still being this low is because you still can go into the sets and recreate a lot of the ghost players and make these cards for very, very cheap. That's why I tell you guys, I put out the exchange set videos and all the information, so it's not like it's hidden. You watch the video, you figure out what's going on, you go make gingerbread men, you make an Adrian Peterson, Amari Cooper, Ted Hendricks, whatever, and you accumulate these Ghost of Madden pass cards, and you make these cards for dirt cheap. That's the only reason that his card is so cheap. Not because he's like high-key trash. In certain cases he can be, but for just for the purposes of what we're doing right now, he's 439. It'll cost us about, what is it? It was 287 and like 3. It'll cost us about 600. We're gonna lose, bro. I don't want to say lose, but you're gonna spend 200K when it's all said and done. But you would get 37,000 training. all right, with the set that I just showed you with Bo Jackson, what goes into his master set. So these are the times right now that you have to start evaluating what you actually want to do. Do you want to wait it out and see what they put out first and maybe miss, what's going on? Or do you want to just go out, go all out and just say, look, I'm going to do it? That's what you guys have to decide right now. All right, for me, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to hold on to the Bo Jackson. As a matter of fact, let's see what his price is right now. Because last time we checked, he was in the 2s. Okay, so he's $299 still. Okay, so his price is still relatively low. Not a big deal, all right? Because we still have a part that goes into that Michael Vick set. Not only that, we still have a card that's worth 25,000 training, and we have a card that we could just, whatever, just sell them, whatever. We can do whatever we want to do with them. Turn them into training points, go into the store. We don't lose no matter what. Because even if we don't get to 37,000, we still got 25 just sitting there not spending anything. You see what I'm saying? So for me, because he was one of the cards that I just recently pulled out of one of the sets that I did, I'm fine at this point. But are you fine though? Remember, we found out that our Bo Jackson was actually an auctionable card. We completed the Michael Vick set, and then from Michael Vick, we put the Nat in, and then we took this Bo Jackson out. So this is how it works. You got to know what are inside of your sets, how to interchange cards, take cards out when you make new sets, what to use the Nat with. It seems like it's very, very technical, but once you start doing it and understanding how MUT actually works, you're going to be making ridiculous amounts of coins. And that's why I encourage you guys, don't get too crazy about what everybody else is doing. Look at your team and try to figure out exactly what's going on. Like, I've been getting a lot of tweets asking me about, Daniil Hunter, D Ford, a lot of these guys that are very, very high finesse moves and things of that nature. Do you need those players? You don't need them, but they're the best players at their position currently. Okay, let me just give you an example. Daniil Hunter, right? He has a 99 finesse move, and I've been telling you guys, that is super, super, super glitchy. When you have a guy like that that's running around doing whatever he wants, that creates a lot of issues for whoever you're playing, because it's something about 99 finesse moves where they get instant sheds even without the block shedding. So the reason that I pointed Daniil Hunter right now is to show you that he has a 90 block shedding. So you'll be like, yeah, Gmias, whatever. He has the threshold. He's pretty close to what's going on. Look at D Ford though. I'm going to show you D Ford. With the way D Ford has it set up, he has a 75 block shedding. Now, I've released gameplay, and I've showed you guys what he did when I rushed 3. Against really, really good O linemen, he's just going right in. Why is he doing that? I'm showing you. It's pretty much he has 99 finesse move. So if you don't have those cards and you go to look back at the auction house and you see inside of the auction house the prices of these guys, when I got them, they were in the 4s. I believe as of yesterday, they were in the 3s. So with that being said, we may have to, you may not want to use your training to go ahead like 26.5 to make 300K is kind of stupid. So I would hold on to the training and not look for it that way with the NFL playoff cards. But we're going to go take a look at it right now, just so that we're on the up and up and we know exactly what the values of the cards are. Because the reason that I'm telling you this is, if you start, playing around and doing whatever you want and not analyzing the cost of the players, like, look, he's all the way down to 276. So realistically speaking, if I were to do that set, the training ratio right now is not valuable for using it to get the card. It's just not valuable. It doesn't make any sense for me to do it. I might as well just sell Bo Jackson and get the card outright. If I were, if you have the same situation where you have one of the cards that go into the set. Otherwise, you see how people are buying them instantly? People know the value of the card. So when they put out the flashbacks or Football Outsiders or whatever they're doing and their lower overalls, we don't even look at it because it doesn't make any sense, with the exception of the card is really, really glitchy, 99 base speed, which I don't think they're going to do, but I'm just saying, that's the only way we would look at the flashback and say it's even appealing. It doesn't make any sense. But if you have the training and you can gamble and the cards are good, then it makes sense. Ideally, what they're going to have to do is they're going to have to make it so that the card values go up and that their overalls start to go up as well. Because if they do not do that, it's pretty much going to keep the market crashed. Because I just showed you what you can do with D Ford when he's powered up. Like when you go ahead and upgrade him and you have as many finesse move players, and again, I go after speed rushers. I don't care about the power rushers. I don't care about Michael Strahan, Khalil Mack. I don't care about any of those cards. These cards put in work for me with the high finesse move. So I'm good with these. And these prices are very, very, very low. So right now, everything in the market based on what, is in the store, they are actually taking more and giving us less with the training. So ideally, you can just hold on to the cards and just sell them for the training and then go and get whatever you want once they release everything. That way you don't get too crazy, because I don't want to see anybody lose. So I'm not gonna quick sell my guy. I'm not gonna complete any other set. I have almost 70,000 training, and I'm just waiting to see what they actually do. But in case of you guys, whatever you guys want to ultimately do with your squad, whatever you're building, many of you guys have said, I'm going after this theme team. I want this theme team. All right, you got a lot of training right now. You may not care as much about the overall as I do, because you're going like 50 of 50. You're an absolute psycho. You want the ultimate theme team. I don't care about the ultimate theme team. I just wanted the 25, okay? I wanted the +1 speed. So I'm in a different type of mindset when it comes to the players that I'm getting. For you, it may be different. So you may get a flashback that actually adds to your team, and your 50 of 50 is gonna boost that player beyond anything else that everybody else has. That's why I continue to encourage you guys. Don't worry about everything that I'm doing on my team. Understand the mindset of what I'm doing. I'm just building it around certain key players that helps my team. You know, they just play better with the extra strength and all the other stuff that they do. They just play a lot better for those particular players on the team. But if you have a Ravens theme team and then they drop a flashback of a Raven and his overall is 92, 93, he's going to probably be 95, 96 on your team anyway. You see what I'm saying? So you got to be able to understand that. Those are the things that I want to urge you to do. So for now, I would suggest, I'm just making a suggestion, figure out what players are interchangeable right now, figure out what players go into any of the exchange sets, and start making moves. So that way you're prepared for it. Or if you just have loose cards, like the way I have that Bo Jackson, and we were able to successfully pull him out of the Bo Jackson that I already had because I pulled a portion of what was in Michael Vick's set and got back all the nats. If you're able to do that and make it auctionable, it's a win-win. Everything is a win-win now because you just have a card sitting there that has crazy value, or you got 300K in the bank. So there really is technically no rush, all right? Again, when this stuff is released, I don't know if they're also going to be doing Pro Bowl players or whatever, because it's been a huge lack of content. So if something just jumps out of nowhere and it's a card that you want, we're going to still be in good shape. But I urge you guys, before you do those sets, make sure it makes sense. I did it once. It cost me 200K, and we made 37,000 training. All right? It cost me 200K, though. I don't know if you guys want to do the same thing. So be very, very cautious. As always, if you have questions, leave it in the comment section. I'm pretty sure somebody will be happy to help you. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. You have an unbelievable day. Salute the troops. One love, y'all.